So for my TV series review for this month, I only have one series to talk about, and it is a mini series or limited series. It is documentary based, and this is very popular on social media right now, and rightfully so, because it is heartbreaking and it does change the past of how us 90s kids grew up. So I have here Quiet on Set, The Dark Side of Kids TV, and this is on Max. So in regards to what this is about, it's uncovering the toxic culture behind some of the most iconic children's shows of the late 1990s and early 2000s. I'm talking about shows like All That, The Amanda Show, Drake and Josh, Zoe 101, Victorious, and iCarly. And your boy Chris, he grew up on these shows. Yes, he did. This was like his time in history loving these shows. And it's fucking heartbreaking. But in regards to the, I guess, characters or the people on the show, I'm going to briefly discuss. You have here Dan Schneider, who is pretty much the creator for these shows. And I have here, he's a professional weirdo. Because he's walking around free to this day, because technically I guess he didn't do anything illegal, but he created such an awkward, toxic, uncomfortable work environment where he was like putting a camera in kids' faces behind the scenes. He was telling them to do these weird ass skits and sketches to the point where even the adults were like, well, why? That seems sexual or very strange and weird. But since he's the boss, he's like, no, it'll be funny. We're going to do it, blah, 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 blah. And then he always wanted women to massage him. And then he hired these weird fucking people just like him. And one of them is this guy, Brian Peck, who's an acting coach and child molester. So I don't want to spoil this series. If you haven't watched it already, you probably saw on social media. But it's evil people like that. What pisses me off is that they do go to jail, but only for like, what, 2 years? And then they're back on the streets. I find that absolute horrible, how these people have these power in their careers and they abuse it. And especially in entertainment, right? Because all these kids, all they want is an opportunity to express themselves and bring joy to the world. And these assholes threaten them behind the scenes for their own pleasure. It's absolutely fucking horrible. And then I have here, many other actors make appearances to share their dark experiences. So these are many actors that you will recognize that you may have forgot. Not like the big main characters or actors, but definitely ones that I do remember personally. And I feel bad for their experience as well. It may not have been completely sexual, but still like awkward, maybe even racial. So it is unfortunate that these child actors had to go through that. And then I have here an example is Drake Bell. Even he said from his experience that despite whatever happened behind the scenes, which was so unfortunate for him, he made a point that whenever he was in front of the camera performing, being in character, making jokes, having fun on set, is when he was happy because he forgot about all that evil stuff that was happening off set. So I was just happy to know that he was happy giving these performances. There was even a quick scene of him laughing about his rock character on the Amanda Show. He even acted it out real quick, like on camera, like, dude, what's up? For him to like look back and find that character still funny gives me hope that, well, maybe I could still enjoy this show still, despite the unfortunate stuff they went through. Because watching something very dark like this, it does ruin your childhood. But then I question, well, should I not enjoy that type of content anymore? Obviously, I'm older now, so I can't relate to it. But I think us older millennials do like watching those shows from time to time because these child actors, I don't want to use the word brilliant because it's a strong word, but for some people, like especially Amanda Bynes, brilliant. Some of these child actors are absolutely hilarious that you could watch them 50 years from now, 100 years from now, or even like Shirley Temple, right? The little girl, like talent is talent. And I feel like that is timeless. So I think we could still go back and watch these shows. It's just unfortunate because the assholes who profit off this the most is the creator or these fucking child molesters. Like Dan Schneider, right? He's just so fucking weird that you could tell he's a fucking weirdo who abused his power. And guys like that piss me off because you could just tell by looking at them that they're a piece of shit. Notice that it's not just heartbreaking for the kids, but it's also heartbreaking for the adults in the toxic work environments. Some of these men and women who are good-hearted got abused in regards to their career, just either verbally or just with their positions threatened. Like they get fired or they get paid way less than what they're worth. Absolutely ridiculous and just uncalled for. So I felt bad for the adults as well. And overall, despite all the hurt on the adults and children, it just simply it displays our greedy capitalistic society of how one person gets away with with abusing their power only because they produce results, right? Like if you're someone who's great at what you do, like Dan Schneider, I guess you can call him a creative genius. I know that's such a strong word to give to an asshole like that, but he was the mind behind these shows. Like all these spin-offs were hit after hit after hit, and he was behind that. So we do have to give him his credit in regards to that. Maybe not those weird, sketchy scenes, but the show as a whole and surrounding those main actors, like that's all good creative decisions. But because they produce great results, the executives above him is like, listen, do what you got to do, keep it quiet, but just keep giving us the results so everyone could get paid and we could be number one. Because Nickelodeon was number one in the 90s and 2000s. And your boy Chris was kind of broke back in the day. I remember I was one of the few people who didn't have the Disney Channel. Yes, I'm going to go on a rant real quick. Because you were either fancy and you always had Disney from the jump, but someone like me, I only had a few channels, so I got Nickelodeon. Haha, yeah, shout out to Nickelodeon. But Disney Channel, I ain't get to like a couple years later. I'm talking about like Even Stevens, Liz McGuire, That's So Raven, which is the prime Disney Channel. So I wasn't mad. I was like, okay, good. We at the prime Disney. But anything before that, like the Disney Channel movies, I was like, fuck, I want to watch the movies, but I can't because I don't got the channel. Whew. Rant over. That's how that goes. On to the cons. I'm trying to bring light to the dark side of kids' TV. You know what I'm saying? You see what I did right there? It's true. So for the cons, now to get back to the dark fuck shit. All right, here we go. It's only 4 episodes. And so there's only 4 episodes. So the reason why it's a con, in my opinion, because I wish there were more episodes, because as this series released, if you're on social media, more and more and more of these child stars from Nickelodeon specifically keep coming out and sharing their stories with how they were molested or bad experiences. So I do wish more of these actors were part of this series and just sharing their story. I mean, I know it's like negative and maybe they have the same sad story, but they should still be heard and we should still promote it, because something like this should never, ever happen again. So I wish there was just more episodes. And another con is that it is very impactful and it could change your childhood and how you think about it. But like I said, in regards to if someone like Drake Bell gets a smile from watching his performance as an adult, I think we could also have that same type of experience of watching his performance without fully being consumed negatively of his personal experience that he had to struggle with and go through. But if anything, someone like him and these other people are very strong people and courageous people. And I know me, I'm just grateful to grew up around that time and have witnessed their greatness, because like I said, I don't watch kids shows nowadays because I'm an adult, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but obviously when you're watching the channels or if you have kids and they're watching it, I feel like it is a different type of quality where the child actors now are just not as funny as these actors were. But that's just me being biased, right? Because I grew up around that time. But we all know a star when we see one, and some of these people were stars, and I just hope and pray that they get the help they need. Because someone like Amanda Bynes is definitely she's trying to make a difference. I just saw a video of her trying to be like a nail technician, and I applaud her for that, right? Because all you can do is just keep moving forward and try to move on from the past and be a better person. So I'm giving this a hype. If I haven't said that already, it's hype. It's a great show. Now, what I'm also going to discuss real quick, this is not a review. It's just shows that I have been watching that are always ongoing, or new shows that haven't ended yet. So it's not a review where I'm going to give my final rating. It's more so of a quick discussion, all right? So the first one I'm going to talk about, and I gave a review on this, so if you want to go on my channel and watch the actual review, go right ahead. But I got to talk about this. And if my mom is still watching, how you doing? But I'm going to talk about it because this shit has been crazy. I'm going to talk about General Hospital, the #1 soap opera that's been on for the past 60 years. Because my mother and father been with me the past 3 months, kind of driving me crazy. But I've been watching a lot of General Hospital. I've been watching a lot of daytime soap opera. Not necessarily in the daytime, because I got to work. I'll be working from home. And my mom's like, Chris, come on, General Hospital. I'm like, Mom, I got to work. Come on. But the good thing, if you didn't know about this, is that every day they release the episode on Hulu at 8 p.m. So if anything, I would watch it at night with her. And let me tell you, what's going on in General Hospital is like peak storytelling, peak character arc. Now that she's left, I don't watch General Hospital anymore because I told him, like, Mom, I can't keep up with the show every fucking weekday. I can't. Even regular TV shows, it's just too much. I'm not good at like following along with all these fucking episodes. But she's been watching the past 40 years and she don't miss an episode. So congrats to her and you if you're watching this somehow, some way, because we're going to talk about it. So first, I'm going to break it down because, I'm going to give the tea on what's going on in General Hospital. You got this crazy bitch, Esme. This is where I picked up watching it. So this crazy white bitch, Esme, is trying to fuck with this couple, Trina and Spencer. Like, Esme, leave him alone. Because, there's all this romantic drama. And, Trina and Spencer, they went to, I think it was Paris. I was like, watch, Ma, I bet you Esme going to sneak out and she's going to find him in Paris. What happens? Because that's what me and my mom do. We try to guess what's going to happen. She's right about like 80% of the time because, hey, you got 4 years experience. Of course you're going to get it right. Me, I'm right about 20% of the time. Whoever's right is going to punch the other person. Not like that, but it's just out of excitement. I'm telling you, as Italian people, we're like verbal and physically like out of positivity. It's like, I don't know why she does that. So I try to grab the pillow, like, no, like it turns into like a pillow fight because you get excited when you see like your prediction come true. So out of nowhere, this bitch Esme just popped up behind the scenes in the dark. So I was like, I knew that bitch was going to show up. And then they start fighting on this boat. Next thing you know, they all fall off overboard, except Trina, I think. So now it's like Spencer and Esme, they lost at sea. That's the end of that. So I want to talk about those crazy ass fucking characters. Now on top of that, you got crazy ass Nina. I'm going to break down Nina real quick because Nina always been not a fan favorite because the fans hate her. But she has glimpses of, do I like her? She's one of those characters and actors where she's really good to, it's like, you hate her all the fucking time, but there's moments where you kind of do like her. But lately, she's been a fucking bitch. So she's been married to Sonny, but now they're divorced, and Sonny's the main character, like the main mafia character. But now the Nina is ruthless, right? So that's what you gotta like about her, is that the bitch don't go away. She don't give up. She is a ruthless business lady, and she's fucking annoying. I mean, she gotta go. She gotta go. But now on top of this is where the show is fucking peak right now, because you got Sonny, the main character for the past 20 years. This guy is the main actor of the show, and he's a great actor, right? But pretty much someone's trying to put a hit on him. Someone is literally trying to shoot Sonny and kill Sonny. I think there's already been like 2 or 3 attempts on his life. But now one attempt was so fucking serious that one of the people behind it was one of the main characters that got off the show, but now he made his return. This was huge, and I was so happy I watched this in time when my mom was here, because otherwise, when she's not here, I'm not watching it. So she just gave me updates like, oh my God, Chris, you guys see what happened on General Hospital today? It was crazy. I was like, all right, Mom, just tell me what happened. And it's like, oh wow, crazy, cool. But when I'm watching it. So if you guys don't know, big spoiler, but I don't think spoilers exist in General Hospital because it's every day there's an episode. Sorry, but pretty much the actor Jason. So back in the day, you had Sonny, who was like the mob boss, and still is, but you had Jason was like who's his side guy, like his backup guy, his best friend, whatever you want to call it. Now Jason, the actor, got off the show because apparently they had this COVID issue where he didn't want to get vaccinated and they were forcing him to do it, but he stuck to his guns. He was like, no, I do not want to get vaccinated, so I'm not coming back to the show. So he got off the show. But now he's back on the show, so he literally made his return. Now, when these actors, they get off the show, somehow they die. But the thing about all these movies and TV shows is that if you don't see the body, that means he is not technically dead. So all these soap opera characters, they be disappearing, falling off bridges, out crashing. If we don't see the body, they could still be alive. So what the fuck happens? Jason makes his return. Now, technically, he did not try to kill Sonny, but he was with the guy who did try to kill him. He tried to snipe him from the rooftop. This shit is crazy. I know, me explaining this, I know you want to watch some General Hospital because this shit gets crazy. And I do think the acting's pretty good. Now, this is not a review. It's just a big-ass rant. And I'm so happy and proud that Jason, the actor, the character, is back on GH. I think he makes a great presence. I envy the guy because the guy looks the same from 20 years ago. I look like he got no fucking body fat. I love his hair. I wonder if it's a wig now that I think about it. Because how the fuck you got hair like that after all these years? That's bullshit. Anyways, very exciting times and great times watching with my mom. So this is just to encourage you guys, if you got family members like parents and they got some shit they like, try to spend time with them and watch it because you'll be surprised. It could be good. One thing is annoying about GH is that the editing. They have all these characters going on, right? So one episode could focus on 3 different pairs, and the editing is always back and forth, right? So 5 minutes with these people, 5 minutes with that people, 5 minutes. So it's like always back and forth. It's like, dang, what the fuck? Like one of the segments, it could be like, oh, how was your day? It was good. Edit onto the next couple, and then they come back, and it's like, can we just focus on one couple? That's just my only, that's my only negative about the editing as of lately. And I'm done watching GH. I told Ma, I'm not watching any more episodes. Just give me a review in the morning. Write me a fucking memo. Give me the update. Give me the tea because I'm not watching it. The episodes are only 30 minutes. But I told her, I'm done. I am done watching GH. But it was fun while it lasted. And you know, whenever she's in town, I'll watch with her again.
Put your hands behind your head.
Oh,
Put your hands behind your head. Do it now.
That's like...
Because he's supposed to be dead, right? Or what happened?
I guess, yeah.
They think he's dead?
Yeah.
I said turn around.
Oh, shit.
Slowly.
Man, it's like a ghost.
Yeah.
What the hell?
The hell? Does he know him?
Oh, shit!
Oh!
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 Oh, hell no!
He has a jacket.
I think that's a bulletproof jacket.
Yeah, but does it work? Does those things work?
Oh, he shot the shit out of his hand. Now, another show I'm watching on Hulu is Shogun. Oh, yes. So if you've been watching Shogun, oh, man, it's a great show so far. I'm not giving my rating just yet. But pretty much when a mysterious European ship is found marooned in a nearby fishing village, Lord Yoshi Taragana discovers secrets that could tip the scales of power and devastate his enemies. Now I have here, it's great acting, great cinematography, but it is slow pacing and a lot of subtitle reading because this isn't Japanese. Now you do have this one white guy who is English, and he's like the main character, and it's just very political, it's very war heavy. I don't want to talk too much about it because I want to save it for the review. But if you love Japanese culture and samurai culture, I believe this is set in the 1600s. So everything about this show puts you there in the environment. From the pacing, to the fashion, to the demeanors, to the fighting, to the culture. I love when it's high quality shows or movies where you get transported to these places in our history. So definitely check out Shogun and expect my review. Now, a fun YouTube mini-series I'm gonna finally talk about last. This is so fucking random, but I find it so hilarious. This is Coulda Been House. This is pretty much based off the social media comedian Drewski about how he started this record label. I don't know if it's real or fake, guys, but it looks real to me. And he's pretty much trying to sign the next big artist for very little money. I'm talking about, he's saying, listen, I get 99%. You as the artist, you get 1%. And these artists, they're trash. They're fucking horrible, but they passionate. Whew, they are passionate and they are, I don't want to call them weird. Let's call them unique. I mean, you got this Spanish one, this white girl, this black girl, this little person. Obviously, I was going to use the M word, but it's offensive. So I can't say midget, right? See, I'm learning. Little person. And you got this guy who's the ugliest rapper alive. He got no motherfucking teeth. And he might be my favorite. I like the little dude. He's cool. You got this other black guy who's hard as shit. I like how strong he is, right? He don't back down from shit. But the acting in this reality show is so on point. It makes you wonder if it's real. It's fucking hilarious because it's taken as serious because they have no talent. He's trying to sign an artist. And what I'm getting at is that you guys should check out this YouTube series. It's on his channel, Drewski, because it takes me back to like Flavor of Love, I Love New York, Making the Band. It's literally that type of content where it's off the hinges. They be fighting. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's so insane. And I love this type of content because it brings me back to those classic shows of just freedom of creativity. So definitely check out these shows and expect my review in the future.